Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I am going to make a quick butterscotch rolls this morning, and we're going to have them with cube steaks today. I think I'll make the cube steaks simple, and this will be nice to go with it. I know it's going to be sweet, then we'll have the meat, and then we're going to have a salad with it. So we're going to have a lot of different combinations going together. I'm thinking about making feta cheese or goat cheese, if you wish, biscuits. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm thinking about doing that. So we're going to make a basic biscuit recipe. So you'll probably say, I already know this recipe. I know, but it's the other stuff that we're going to be adding, but I'm just going to walk you through everything. We're going to need 2 cups. Sandra, you are ridiculous sometimes. We need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So this starts out literally with a biscuit recipe, and then we're going to take it from there. At least I understand why women bought 150 pounds plus flour for the year. I use so much of it. You know, sometimes I just get my head examined. I forgot something, hold on. See, like I said, I never have enough measuring spoons. I just threw the dirty ones in there. My sons have a set that they like using for Peppa Pacivia. I got 3 to 4 sets of measuring spoons. I still don't have enough measuring spoons. I tell you, 3 teaspoons of baking powder. 3 teaspoons of baking powder equal 1 tablespoon. So I'll just put a tablespoon in there. Okay, we're going to need a tablespoon of wheat germ. Listen, I have stuff on that side of the counter because that counter is packed. So you see me walking back and forth because I'm always having to do that. And then I put them on the table, and I get stuff on the table there for the... I tell you, I never have enough room in this house. And we need a teaspoon of salt. What I wouldn't love to do with this kitchen, I would love, no, I know you don't like the idea, I want to sit there and make an L shape with counter and cabinets top and bottom and come all the way around over here and put an island where this table is. It has a small sink, so I could sit there and work there instead of constantly in this tiny little corner trying to balance everything around. It's difficult at times because there's a lot of waste in this kitchen, a ton of waste, and it's never been utilized properly. And when we had done some work in the kitchen, I've already done some work, they found out that this was a bedroom, and we found some really old wallpaper. And when the contractor saw it, he said, "You got an old house here." I said, "I know. This house is as old as the country. I have an acorn fireplace, and that goes back to 17-something. So she's an old girl. She stood up to everything. And they said, I bet you if you look down at the foundation, this whole house is sitting on the big slabs of wood that you see in the old ships. That's probably the flooring underneath everything underneath this house." And we need 6 tablespoons of shortening. But this kitchen was not a kitchen for somebody who really cooks. I know the lady who lived here before me. She didn't cook much. She cut her husband's ear half off. She was angry with him. I went, "Ugh." This is 4. Oh, I'm sorry. I told you it was a basic recipe, and I'm not even tilting you down. You can see. All right, I put the dry ingredients in, and now I mixed them, and now I'm doing the shortening. 2, 4. We need 6 tablespoons of shortening for this recipe. bet you I'm gonna have to use those again. I even have in front of my house cobblestones. And I am so happy with those. I don't want to get rid of them. Okay. Now this recipe calls for milk, but I don't want to use milk. I've got some old yeast from my cultures. I'm going to go ahead and use this. Instead of throwing it out, I'm going to sit there and use it in this. It'll just give a more nutritional value, if nothing else, but you need 2/3 of a cup. So see, you really don't have to waste anything in the kitchen. And then when you use your peelings and stuff in the yard, my biggest trash is the plastics. They wrap everything in. Now sometimes when you're using a culture like this, you might have to add a little extra to balance out, because sponge culture is usually a little thicker sometimes. This one actually has 2 cultures in it. If it's not enough, I'll just add more. But I'm just using it in place of the milk, that's all. Instead of putting it in the yard or in my compost, I said I'm going to use it here. Okay, I need a little more. That's no problem. They said that happens. See, when you feed your culture and you don't use it every day, you have excess, and you could either put it in your compost or bury it in your yard or your garden, or most people throw it out or something. But I wanted to try, and somebody had said, have you ever thought about it? And I said, well, think about it. And I said, well, why not? Let me see what it does. And it doesn't, it actually has a nice taste, has cultures in it for your intestines and to help break down the food and stuff. And women didn't waste before, so I don't think they would be now. Yeah, I'm going to use all of this to get this to work. And if still that's not enough, I'll just sit there and add some milk till I get the texture I want. But this might do it quite well. Because I tried it with bread and it came out nice. I did it with plain biscuits, so I said, why can't I use this? Try it here as well. You know? I mean, my friend said, have you ever thought? I mean, they help me think sometimes. We get together and we just start talking about food and stuff. My girlfriend, one girlfriend said, have you heard of this recipe? And I said, no, where does it come from? She said, it's a Filipino recipe. And I said, no, I've never had it, never heard of it. She said, I'll make it for you, because she's part Filipino. still have those black garlic I want to work with. See how they come out. No. Okay, we got it worked in. So that culture required more liquid in this recipe because of the kind of culture it was. Because I used the in-corn culture and some sour sponge, so it was a little thicker, so I had to use more. Okay. I have to wash my hands. I have to turn the page. All right, we got the first part of this done. All right. They want us to roll it out a 7 by 16. Let me get my ruler. Because this is going to be a rectangle, don't shape it in a ball and then try rolling it out. Shape it semi into a rectangle so you can work with it, so it'll be a better shape for you to hold. I'm actually stretching it out so it'll be easier to work with. I'll show you. See, we almost have it 12, then we'd only have to make it 7 inches. You see? That's why I do this. Just about. Okay. This is almost like a biscuit, but this came before the biscuit. So this is the original recipe, and then they made the biscuit, and then they sat there and changed the recipe so you would use the biscuit. How thin do you want this? 1/4 of an inch? Yeah, right. So 6, 7 inches. See? Didn't take long, did it? Alright, they want to spread with 2 tablespoons of softened butter and sprinkle with a mixture 1/4 cup sugar and a teaspoon of cinnamon. One-fourth. Dang. Sugar. Yeah, I have a little over here. And you want a teaspoon of cinnamon. Mix that up. I thought I had a container of this already made. Maybe I already used it. I can't even remember. That's why I have to clean my pantry out. It is a bit crowded. Alright, you want 2 tablespoons of soft butter. This butter gets so soft so fast. And how many raisins? And you just want raisins? Doesn't tell you how many. You want 2 tablespoons. This butter gets very, very soft, very, very quick. Put the towel. That's why I put this up all the time, because it's very, very soft. My kitchen is one of the hottest rooms. Okay. This is going to be made in a muffin tin. That's a lot of butter. And you want me to sprinkle with all this sugar? Okay. They want all this sugar on this. You can say these are really going to be sweet. Don't you think this is going to be sweet? Look how much this is. Oh my goodness. We're not even done yet. We still have to put the raisins on it. We still have more to put on it too, so we're not even done yet. We've got nuts and stuff that are going to be going on this. You're probably saying, oh my God. Yeah. get a muffin tin. Okay. You probably think we're done. Nope, not yet. Now we need to melt some more butter. I'll have to get some more butter on. I don't even know if this is enough, so I can't even tell you how much. Where's my small saucepan? I had it. Cassandra, you warmed milk up. Where in the name of God did you put it? I have to find something. Okay, I found my saucepan. I had it under all the dirty dishes in the sink. That's why I couldn't find it. Set your oven to 425. Now I can't tell you how much butter we need. I might have to get more butter out to melt because they want you to put 1 teaspoon of melted butter in each one of your muffin tins, in each little muffin area. That's why I can't tell you. And then we're going to be using dark brown sugar and pecans. First we have to get the butter melted and put a teaspoon into each one of these. That's why I pretty much stopped. I haven't rolled this up yet. You see, it's still sitting here. You have to get the butter melted, and then, listen, I just have to move my cookbooks. Okay, it's just not enough room in here. It's almost melted. We just have to wait at this point. Then we'll be rolling this up and cutting it, but we have to put other stuff in these tins before we even get to this point. Now this should be enough. Well, if it's not, we'll just melt more butter. Because you're going to put 1 teaspoon in each one. And I'll show you, I'll tilt you down. This is a little extra work, but it's really, really nice. I have a little bit of butter in here, and I'm going to just stir it around and let it finish melting. Okay. I can't do any better than this because it's really a small area. You believe that? I missed 2 teaspoons. Let's put a little more butter. I'm going to do a way you shouldn't do. Don't do this. Usually cut the butter off. I'm just going to roll this back and melt it. So I just need 2 teaspoons. I just rolled it back and held it. That was all I could do. Wasn't that nice? Okay, now you're going to take your dark brown sugar. And you're going to put a teaspoon in each of them as well. Take your pecans. I don't have many pecan half. They want pecans. I don't have whole pecans in all of these, but they want you to put like 3 in. So they're a little chopped up. You know, just put them in. Some have them and some don't, so it's very, very hard for you to make the adjustment. I remember every time my mother said she wanted half pecans. We ate them. We ate all the pecans as they cracked. We asked her could we eat the cracked ones. Next thing we knew, all the pecans were cracked. We had eaten a whole basket full of pecans. And Mommy did not have to feed us. Supper was out the door because we had already eaten, and it was a nutty night. So just pack your nuts. If you can get the full halves, then by all means you're doing better than me. Sure, I'm glad I bought more pecans than I knew I was going to go and make this recipe. Like to take a guess what we're going to do next? We're going to roll this up and hope it sticks. We have no guarantee it's going to stick, but we're definitely going to try. Now, can you imagine how flaky this is going to be because it's a biscuit recipe? It's in my way. I do have to do something. Now you see why they wanted it 12 inches. You should be cutting it an inch. quite a flour over here for the knife. There's a little bit of extra work when you do this, but it's nice because it's for your family. Cut side down. Oh, I'll show you. You just have to get them in, and then I'll show you. Starting to stick. I need more flour. There's nothing wrong with using a ruler to help you with your cooking. And I'll show you what they look like, and then we'll see how long they're going to cook. Here's what they look like. Are you ready to put them in the oven? Let me read my cookbook and we'll find out. So we're going to cook these for 15 minutes at 425. I think that's going to be a lovely meal. Where do I get this idea of the sweets with the bland and stuff? That comes from my husband's friend Wong. He said that they serve sweet and sour, bland and spicy. What's the other one that they do? And another one, and they always serve in 6. And that's where I get this idea from him. Is what he taught, and their philosophy was this is how they do it. And I said, okay. So I started experimenting. And I found out they like it. My sons like it, so it's very enjoyable. Oh, the sun is finally up. A nice day today. And it's going to be raining all day. As a matter of fact, they said for the next 3 days, so I'm sort of happy about that. But anyway, Wong was the one, because before I just served, you know, everything was pretty much going to be, I wouldn't go spicy and hot, bland, and, you know, and everything else. Mild, let's see. Spicy and bland, hot and mild, sweet and sour. Those are the 6 dishes. I had to remember them. So if you go to an Asian store, restaurant, I mean, a Chinese store, not store, restaurant, that's how you order. And they will admire you for doing that because you order in plates of 6. So they use all the seasonings in such a way. So I do now. It doesn't taste like theirs, but it's my way and it's different. So sometimes when you have people from other cultures and they share it with you, you get ideas. This is why chefs like to travel in other countries and stuff like that. So I'm actually cleaning up the counter. I got a sink full of dishes though. So I'll see you in that time. Okay, they're done. Okay, I would take, let me show you them. They're upside down right now, but here they are. I would turn them right side, but the bread is calling, so now I have to close this one down, but you'll see them in the short, okay? Because I have to start another video. Take care.